muted. That's not the way to go. Hopefully you can all hear me. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. Yeah, my mic was muted there. Guys, can you hear me okay? Let me know. For some reason I was muted. Hopefully my mic's picking me up. Yeah, so big up ends. Hope you're doing well. Cheers. Right. Jurgen Klopp, we're on what? The last weekend of Jurgen Klopp as Liverpool manager. Watching some of the things today about Jurgen Klopp, he's quite emotional. I ain't gonna lie. The players and what they feel about him, and what he feels to Liverpool fans, and we're also going to talk about what rival fans and people that hate Liverpool fans think of Jurgen Klopp. It's going to be it's going to be an emotional weekend, no doubt about it. But also, under Slot, basically saying he's the Liverpool manager next season, I think is hilarious before it got introduced. So yeah, he announced his own. He announced his own announcement, basically, of him becoming Liverpool manager, which I think is quite funny. I ain't gonna lie. So we've got all that to chat about as well. But I hope all you are doing well. Big up to everyone in the house right now. Don't forget to smash the like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I hope you're doing well. My hay fever is absolutely killing me, guys. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, my eyes are sore, my nose is sore, my throat is sore, my gut's sore, everything's sore, man. Hay fever absolutely killing me right now. Let's get in a K-Mac in here as well. Big up the K-Mac. You doing good, man?
Yeah, big up, guys. How's everyone doing?
Oh, my hay fever, man.
Oh, you got hay fever? Oh, God.
Yeah, my eyes are killing me. My nose is killing me. Even my gut's killing me. I don't know why that's. I don't know why that's it, but it might be because I'm starving. But yeah, it's a sad weekend. Klopp's last weekend as a Liverpool manager, and then Arne Slot announcing himself as a new Liverpool manager. The guy cracks me up, man. I ain't gonna lie. He does put a smile on my face. But yeah, well, look, we're going to talk about some of the best parts of Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp's some of our best moments under Jurgen Klopp as Liverpool manager. We're going to talk about this evening. We'll also go there and talk about, going on Mr. Slot himself as the new manager, as he announced himself today. Also, I believe Liverpool said they're going to announce Slot officially, I believe, on Monday. So, on Monday it'll all be officially announced anyway. But yeah, some of the greatest moments, man. Some of the greatest moments. See, Mike, I don't know about you. I've got quite a few great moments under Jurgen Klopp came out. Obviously got the Premier League title win. Obviously, we'll talk about the Premier League title win. But apart from that, what are some of your best moments of Jurgen Klopp and his tenure?
I was about to put this as my background. I hope it saves. Hang on. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Now that's one of the greatest moments. That is getting a Guard of Honour off Man City.
Only team to do it, man.
The only team to do it. And that's a massive achievement. It really is. I mean, look, at the end of the day, love him or hate him, it's been a bit stinky for a couple of years. But, 9 years, 490 games, 298 wins, 1,028 goals, and 8 trophies. It's been the best times of my life as a Liverpool fan. It really has.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Toe to toe with quite possibly the greatest manager of all time. Toe to toe against all odds. Just listening to those 115 charges is quite mind blowing. Just repeatedly breaking the Premier League rules for financial fair play, like without giving them the information on their finances over and over again, like 40 odd times, is quite insane. You know, some of the games on the club, it's just like you're just never going to experience that again. Like, and it's the whole feeling he gave you. Like you lived and breathed the game with him because of the intensity of the way he played and the way he just drawed the fans in. It's going to be hard to repeat that, but we have to be optimistic and we have to have hope, and that we can go on to maybe emulate that, or maybe better that. I don't know, but we just got to appreciate what he's done for the club and what he's done for Liverpool in general. Great man.
Yeah. Look, he is. As I said, the last 2 years, I don't think have gone quite to plan, and the structure of the club has been completely wrong the last couple of years. In infighting, who's got the power, who's not got the power. Recruitment not being that great. Not selling players, all this sort of thing. The last couple of years has not been the best, but the times under him have been certainly fantastic. Obviously winning the Premier League trophy and obliterating everyone in our sights to win that trophy. Obviously, unfortunately, we couldn't lift it in front of the fans because the pandemic hit around the end of March and the league had to be stopped. But Liverpool won that title before the pandemic started anyway, and seeing some electrifying football under his way and the way he played is amazing. The year before that, when we won the Champions League, which is, in my opinion, the best we've ever played under Jurgen Klopp, I still believe that's the best Liverpool team. We were 6 millimeters away from doing a Premier League and Champions League double, and it would have been 99 points. That is just how good that season was. It was different class. I think we only lost to one game as well, and that
We
was
almost ended up invincibles.
And that was against Man City. So you take that away, you win that game, you're looking at Premier League and Champions League double, possibly 99 to 100 points, and only and being invincible as well. That's how good that season was, man. That year is madness, absolutely madness. And then the year before that was a good season as well. I think the year before gets a bit overlooked at times. It was Salah's first season, wasn't it? It was Mo's first season. The 17-18 season. Mo, Mane, and Bobby Firmino unleashed as the new front three for Liverpool that year. And just playing scintillating attacking football. Yeah, we were a bit dodgy at the back. Still, we had a Karius in goal, and
we still had Lovren.
Yeah, we still had Lovren. There was bits that, but you could see that was the year 17-18, I believe, was the year came out where we saw Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool starting to take shape, wasn't it?
Yeah, we did. That was when we started to see midfield as well.
Wijnaldum, Henderson. Obviously we got Fab in the following season, and obviously went to the Champions League final that year, playing Real Madrid. Liverpool, we're playing well until Mo Salah, look, he knew what he's doing. He tried to break Salah's collarbone. He's even admitted it. But Mo coming off and Karius doing what he had to do, and we lose that Champions League final. But what I'll give Jurgen Klopp give them a love and respect about here is that he made that team believe and go again the following year. He's like, no, we can do this. We can believe and go again the following year. We brought in Fabinho that summer, I believe, and was it Shaqiri as well?
Yeah, Shaqiri.
Fabinho and Shaqiri and Alisson Becker. You go from Champions League final. You got Salah in, you got Mane, and you got Bobby in. you're starting to put pieces of the puzzle together. You got Genie Wijnaldum in that season as well. So you're putting pieces of the puzzle together. You go to a Champions League final. You have that. It felt like it was a kick in the throat because how well we were playing in that final, and then Carrier's doing what he's done. Salah going off injured, and you go again. And he goes and gets Alisson Becker. You got Virgil van Dijk, who's had another year at the club, who's now really settled in. You go and get Alisson Becker, you go and get Fabinho, and you go and get a Shaqiri as a bit of backup. You go and get Naby Keita, and you're building your team. You got that front three, and you go in that Champions League year, and that came out. I don't know for you, man, but for me, that is the 18-19 season is the best football we played under Jurgen Klopp, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was just breathtaking football. It was Klopp's football at its best. Like I mean, you can even say that it was probably better than his Dortmund days, that football, because he had better players, and he'd had a couple of years to implement it as well. It was just incredible football. Like, I think it was on 2 seasons, 2 separate occasions. We almost ended up invincible 2 seasons in a row. Like different seasons. I think one we lost against Man City, and I think one we lost against, I think it was Watford. It might have been Watford. I can't remember.
Yeah, so obviously winning that Champions League, as I said, and we only lost one game to City, and then that game that was 6 millimeters, was it? Is that a thing? 6 millimeters, a ball going over the line. You win that
Stones
game.
Overhead kick.
That's it. You win that game, and you beat Man City. You're basically winning the Premier League, Champions League double. That's how good they were. It was superb, and obviously winning Champions League that year. We all know the match. That people will always talk about in Barcelona. It was arguably the greatest. I think it's the greatest one-off game in Jurgen Klopp's history at Liverpool. Maybe the best one-off game in Jurgen Klopp's whole career, no matter where he's been at Barcelona game, because you're 3-0 down against this mighty Barcelona team. Your Coutinho's, your Suarez's, your Messi's, they're stacked. Sergio Busquets is playing, Jordi Alba.
I think there's only probably one game in history in my lifetime that's been against odds more than that, and I think it was PSG when they went to Barcelona or Real Madrid a couple of years ago. Do you remember that one?
Yeah,
and they were like 5-2 down or something at their own ground.
Barcelona.
Remember that one?
Went through. Yeah, Barcelona. Summer went through. Yeah,
that
these
one.
are the games, man.
But I that 4-0 is just like, that's just going to be talked about forever. It's going to be in the annals of history. Like, it just is. Like, I'm pretty sure when you do the Liverpool tour, there's something in the Liverpool tour about that one game. Like, because we were 3-0 down at their ground. Like, they were home and hosed. Like they were celebrating.
It was mad.
And they had a bloody good team back then as well. Like, they had a good team. Like, back then.
Well, you got Suarez and bloody Messi up front.
Suarez, Messi, and Neymar on it.
Yeah, no, Neymar weren't.
Was Neymar not there?
No, Neymar weren't there.
Okay.
It was Coutinho, Messi, and Suarez.
That's not bad.
No, exactly.
Like 2 players that we had that were amazing for us.
And you're 3-0 down. Do you know what I mean?
And you're 3-0 down. And we don't have Salah or Virgil van Dijk.
No Salah, because he got concussion. The weekend before that game, he got concussion, didn't he? So he couldn't play.
Yeah.
And Bobby weren't playing either.
Bobby weren't playing either.
No. And
nuts.
Yeah, so we had no Bobby and no Mo, and we had a front three. Was it Shaqiri, Mane, and Origi, wasn't it?
Origi.
That was the front three. Hendo played
Virgil van Dijk was playing, Virgil was playing, sorry,
Virgil was at back. Yeah, it was just the two forwards, wasn't it?
It was the forwards, yeah. I got mixed up.
And everyone was like, "No, Liverpool ain't got a chance." I remember listening to Talk Sport before the game, and everyone's like, "Nah, Liverpool ain't got a chance. I'll pay. I'll eat my hat if they win." Sort of scenario. It's like everyone's going, "No, they've got no chance." And I remember before kickoff, I remember sitting there thinking, if any team is gonna come back in Europe like this, it's Liverpool. It's Liverpool at Anfield. I believe Mourinho and Arsene Wenger said something like that as well. They said if any team can make a difference, it's Liverpool because of Anfield and how special that place is.
Didn't we? Didn't it take quite a while for us to score the first goal as well?
No, 6 minutes, wasn't it?
Was it 6 minutes?
I think it was the opening 6 minutes we scored a goal, or opening
Was
10
it Ginny?
minutes, something like that. No. It's Jordan Henderson went through, keeper saved it, and it deflected into Origi's path for a tap in, didn't it?
So Origi got 2 in that game.
Yeah, Origi got the opener and the winner.
Wow, I thought.
Yeah, Origi because Genie got the 2 middle goals.
Ginny got 2, didn't he? Ginny got 2. Yeah.
Genie came on as a substitute and got the 2 middle goals. Origi started it. Genie got the middle 2, and Origi ended it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. Origi became like a cult hero. It's why people talk about Origi. People talk about Origi now. Origi's like, he's always going to be a cult hero as Divock Origi, a legend at the club. But he got the opening goal. I think it's like the opening 6 or 10 minutes. It's quite, early on. And I remember after it, Barcelona started, peppering that goal a little bit. Alisson had to make some great saves. But that game also, that Liverpool-Barcelona game, that is when I realised how good Fabinho was. Because you remember, Fabinho got an early yellow card really early on in the game.
I remember that.
Yeah. And then after that, he never missed a tackle. It was immense.
I was pissed at my skull that night, by the way. That was just right sitting there. I was, mate. Yeah.
It was immense. It was absolutely immense. That's when I looked at Fabinho and was like, Jesus, you are probably the best DM in the world right now. You get a yellow card that early in the game and you just put that it was just quality.
It wasn't just that, was it? It was the fact that the away goals counted as well, didn't it? So it was the fact that if they scored, we were done.
Yeah, 3-0.
We were done if they scored.
I remember at 3-0, everyone probably was the same. At 3-0, everyone was probably like, God, we've got 15 minutes to go yet. And everyone's like, I can't handle this. It's like, I was sitting there, I was like on the phone to my dad. I was like, can you believe what's going on? Can you believe this? And the atmosphere in the stadium, you couldn't even hear the commentary. And I was like, it's so emotional. I'm thinking about it now. And then obviously it'll always be remembered for the corner taken quickly. Young Trent Alexander-Arnold, who we'll forget, he was 19 years old at the time. Just putting on a performance. You look at that Trent then to the Trent now. That Trent was far better, in my opinion. And, he's smart enough. I believe he gets down the line, gets down to the corner flag, and he kicks the ball perfectly off Sergio Roberto for the corner. And he was walking off because Shaqiri was coming over to take it, weren't he? And then he saw Divock just sitting on his own. And what everyone forgets, though, about it is how hard of a finish that actually was.
That was an insane finish.
It was an insane finish by Divock. It was not easy at all because the ball just bounced up in front of him and he has to take it side foot first time because if he takes a touch, he's probably going to lose the ball. So he has to take it first time, side foot, opens his body up, little bounce in front of him. Yeah, that's...
top bins as well. Top bins.
Yeah, he only put it in one. It was a beautiful finish.
It was a beautiful goal.
And this guy Darwin went around then. That Divock, man, yeah. And then obviously we went on to win that Champions League. That might have been one of the greatest Champions League seasons of ever. Anyway, the 2 semi-finals. Tottenham Ajax.
They were
two
brilliant.
Amazing games. The Liverpool Barcelona games. Then the final was terrible.
Yeah, it was. It was absolutely.
The final was dog turd. It was like Tottenham were happy to be there, and Liverpool thought they already had it won. And then you had that 3-week wait, didn't you? Because it was the 1st of June. And then it was in Spain, and it was like 90 degrees, and you couldn't
and everyone was
move.
knackered.
Yeah,
And they had no forward line. All our midfielders were dead.
Yeah, because Kane came back into the team when he was injured, didn't he?
Yeah.
And everyone, all Spurs fans are saying he should not have played Kane.
Yeah.
It was, and then we won that Champions League, man. That Champions League is an amazing, one of my favourite ever things under Klopp. And then, look, the season after, it is like, we don't really buy any recruitment. Looking back on it now, it was probably a mistake. I understand why Klopp didn't want to. I know a lot of people blame FSG and all that, but if you go back and listen to Jurgen, he said he had a squad that he didn't feel like anyone could get into just now.
So he was buying a player just to bench him.
Yeah, so he thought we had this squad was just on. He could see it, he could feel it, that this squad was just on the cusp of something. He didn't want to ruin it. And by this time, usually in his career, Bayern Munich are coming along taking his players, ain't they? And they're not this time. No one's leaving. No one's going. No one's leaving. They can all feel there's something special's happening. And obviously we went on to win the Premier League that year, but unfortunately COVID hit and we couldn't do in front of fans. But that season we was immense. Didn't we get up when it 24 games unbeaten, and then we played Watford, weren't it? And we lost 2-0. And it was like, whoa. Whoa, what the hell? It weren't derailing our title win. I just remember every fans were upset because we wanted to do an invincible, and just throw it in Arsenal's face sort of thing. But
so there was 20. I think we've wrapped up the league after like 30. I think it was 32 games. No, not 32 games. I think it was like 28 games. We wrapped up the league. Like it was done just like about 6 games beforehand, and we'd gone ahead in like 26 games. Like, we are the complete polar opposite to the way we are now back then. We go ahead in games and then teams just couldn't get back into the game because we'd already be 2-0 up before they'd even scored. Like it was crazy. Our defense was so good back then. So good. Like people don't talk about how good our defense was back then. Like we were so good. Like no one would get a sniff in games. Like it wouldn't be like this where there's like chances galore. Just it didn't happen in those seasons. It just didn't happen. Like obviously Barcelona scored like 3 goals at their ground, but
but if you remember that first leg against Barcelona, the president of Barcelona come out at the time and said no one has ever. We played Barcelona off the pitch at the Nou Camp. We completely outplayed them, but Messi scored like 2 outrageous goals. Do you remember that free kick?
That free kick was insane.
It was just insane. Like you just met like the greatest player of all time on that day, and he literally won the game for him. Him and Suarez. But I remember the ball to Suarez or an easy tap in. It was just, and I remember watching that game, coming out of it, and like, how did we lose? How have we lost 3-0 and probably out of the Champions League? Because I just witnessed us probably outplay Barcelona in the Nou Camp. And I remember when Barcelona fans spoke about it afterwards, like, it's just, I don't know, we just got Messi. That was the difference. It's just Messi's the difference. But, and then we had our title win, obviously. And, after our title win, obviously we had the pandemic. And the pandemic came, I don't think, Liverpool had bad luck. I know I'm not going to blame, like, the pandemic's bad luck for everyone, don't get me wrong. But, Liverpool winning the title, and that summer, they make good transfers. They buy Diogo Jota. They buy Thiago. They buy Tsimikas as a left back backup for Robbo. They're good footballers you're buying in with a title-winning team. I mean, if I'm a title-winning team and I'm buying Jota in and Thiago and Tsimikas, I'm sitting there going, oh, that's a good summer, man.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it never worked out for us. The pandemic hit. Everything's behind closed doors. And then we know what happened against Everton, don't we?
Do you want to hear something weird about the pandemic as well? It's an odd one, this, by the way. Do you remember the game where Atletico Madrid came over?
Yeah.
And every other club had closed their games because of the spread of COVID.
Yeah.
And Atletico Madrid came over, and we opened our gates to like God knows how many of their fans, and there was a massive outbreak over the whole of Liverpool.
Yeah, there was a massive
because we
outbreak.
literally let all the Spanish people who had COVID come in.
It was the last. It was
That
the
was
last game, wasn't it?
that was
It was that. It
crazy.
was
It should
done.
never have happened.
No, it was
It
done.
should
It was
never have
done.
happened.
And
And we
again,
lost as well.
yeah, and again that game, we're battering Atletico Madrid.
Yeah,
Bobby
battered them.
Firmino scored the winner, and then Adrian Danacarius, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Big up old Devlin with the super chat. He says, Jamie, a note of support, as I know you've been given a hard time for no good reason lately. Jamie, love your channel, love the streams, keep it up. But I appreciate it, my friend. That just makes me feel a lot better. I've had a load of support lately, and yeah, I appreciate it. Love, guys. I really do. Thank you very much. There was a lot of good one-off games as well when they came out. Do you remember when we beat City in the Champions League quarterfinals?
Yeah. Do you remember Dortmund? Do you remember Dortmund?
Yeah, the Europa League game against Dortmund.
Yeah.
Oh, the comeback.
The mist. Do you remember that
Yeah.
celebration?
Yeah, the
Lovren in the mist.
Lovren and Sacco, weren't it, with the winners? It was just
Yeah.
and Lovren with the last-minute winner with the Milner
Yeah.
stand-up cross. Yeah, that great times, man. We've had amazing moments,
Terrible team.
great moments.
We had a terrible squad.
Yeah. Well, that just shows you the power of Jurgen Klopp
Just
at
shows,
the time
doesn't
as
it?
well, doesn't it? Good managers get you places, man.
Mhm.
Big up, pay the toll. I appreciate it, love, man. I just these are all great moments that he's gave us. Obviously, the last 2 seasons, things have gone a bit wrong. I think structure of the club has gone a bit wrong. I don't think we should be giving a manager all the power. And it's taking its toll on him because we gave him all the power, and now he needs to leave. And look, he's leaving the football club. And what I want to talk about, is he leaving? Let me know in the chat as well, guys. I want you guys to answer this in the chat as well. Is Jurgen Klopp leaving Liverpool in a good position? Because he always said he'd love to leave Liverpool. When he left, he wants to leave us in a healthy position. If you look at the youth team right now and the youngsters that are coming through, we've got a lot of really good under 25-year-old footballers at the football club now that need building up. We've got some world-class talent. We've got the best goalkeeper in the world. We've got Trent, Salah and Mo who need new contracts done, but I don't think that's on Klopp. That's just a separate issue. We've got good players in the team. Has he done what he promised he would do and leave us in a good spot, K-Mac?
Yeah, he has. I think what's interesting as well is like he's done a couple of interviews recently. Obviously, the one which was on the Liverpool website, where he sat with Harvey Elliott and Cody Gakpo,
Yeah.
and obviously Alex Inglethorpe, who I don't believe's leaving, which is great.
No.
There's like 125 kids that are on our books, and there's some special talent there, and they've all been coached the Klopp way, like from start to finish, and that's down to him. Like that's probably down to him. A big thing in the way the training's done with AXA training pitch. I mean, you can probably thank Michael Edwards for AXA training ground, because he was the main person behind that, by the way. But I just think that's going to be great, and that's going to really come through for us in the future. And also the fact that he said that he's leaving, but he's not sad. Like he's not sad, or nobody's upset with him. You know what I mean? And I think that's a good thing, that he's leaving the club, and there's no bad vibes.
There's no ill will. Yeah,
there's no ill will. There's no bad vibes. No one's got a problem. He's fine. He can come back and be a fan. I think that's fantastic. I really think that's a good thing, because in the past, certainly in my lifetime, there's been a few managers that we just hate. Like I hate Brendan Rodgers. Like I don't hate many people, but I really hate him. Like Roy Hodgson, Roy's just Roy. Like he's just an idiot. He should never have been given the job. Like and he kind of knew it was over his head anyway when he was in the job. And obviously, like other managers have gone, like Rafa and Graham Souness and Kenny in my time. Obviously Houllier as well. God bless his soul, amazing man. But I just think it's good that and Roy Evans as well actually. But I just think it's good that he's still got love for the club and the club still love him. And who knows what the future holds? Like he might come back and be part of the board or something in the future. Who knows? But I just think it's good that he can walk away and there still be the love for him and he still loves us. Like he's not just going to disappear and never be part of Liverpool again. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I agree.
That's great.
Yeah,
Any hopes to get a statue?
Yeah, well, I think Stevie said that. Then he should have a statue.
He said it.
I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah. Look, will he get a statue? I mean, look, I love Jurgen.
I don't think
we
so.
all do, but
Kenny didn't get one.
Kenny hasn't got one, and Bob, Bob Paisley's got the Paisley Gates. Obviously, I honestly think that personally, I do think. Now, I said once you could do 4 statues on either side of each corner of Anfield, one on each end of Anfield. You can have, Paisley, Dalglish, Klopp, and Shankly. Yeah, that's your 4 statues, on one on each end of each part of the stadium. So as you walk around the stadium, there's a statue. Yeah, and then each side you can have like the Shankly end, the Paisley end, the Klopp end, and the Dalglish end sort of thing.
I wouldn't be surprised if they included like a Klopp 10-year tour. What we achieved on the Klopp tour, like part of the Liverpool, like you know what I mean, part of Liverpool's history. I mean, he is part of Liverpool's history, like especially the Premier League history. Like there will be something, like they might name a stand after him. Like we've still got like a new stand there.
The Klopp end. The Klopp end is there to go.
There you go.
It's there to go, man.
You've done it.
The Klopp end is there to be done. Personally, though, thinking of it, I do think I do feel like you should just have the one statue, because otherwise you just get a bit, it gets a bit over the top, and I just feel like you just need the one statue. And I think Bill Shankly, having that statue, I think it's the right thing, because without Shankly, we wouldn't have Klopp. Do you know what I mean? It's that, and I feel like you have to honour him in a different kind of way. Maybe name a stand after him, or I don't know, the Klopp turnstiles, or I don't know. I don't know. Give him something different. Honour him at the club a different way. But I honestly feel like this. I don't like overdoing it with stuff, and I think a statue of Bill Shankly should just be the only statue, because without him, we wouldn't have anything. And Paisley's our most decorated manager, and he's not got a statue. So
I get you. I get you. It makes sense. It makes sense. We leave it with the one.
I'd leave it as that. I think he's I just think it's look, whatever I thought of him, or whatever I said of him in the last year or so, or Monday night when I got clipped up, people just don't realise that I have got love for him and I care for him, man. And he's a great, he's a tremendous manager, and it's going to be very difficult for anyone to come in and overshadow Jurgen Klopp in the Premier League era. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult, man. But I just, I'm hoping the boys do him right on Sunday and win the game against Wolves. Get the game won against Wolves. Everyone's going to be emotional. The fans going to be singing Klopp songs the whole way through. And then we can just have a party and celebrate Jurgen Klopp. And then, this might sound cold, but then Monday morning we wake up to a new era. It might sound cold, guys, and I'm going to go on to that now. So we've gone from the great in Jurgen Klopp, and we're going to basically what I've titled it, the unknown in Arne Slot. Now, Monday morning, everyone's going to wake up. The club have got to wake up. Maybe not the fans, but the club are going to wake up Monday morning with a brand new Liverpool. They're probably going to announce Arne Slot on Monday. He's going to be the manager of Liverpool. He's going to be bringing his staff. Edwards and all that are going to start working. They're going to be, Richard Hughes and all that. They're going to be looking for transfers, players to be brought in. I think players will be brought in quite early. We'll go chat about that in a minute. But Arne Slot pretty much came back announced today that he's Liverpool manager. I like the guy, man. I ain't going to lie. I like the fact that he's so desperate and happy to be Liverpool manager. I don't see anything wrong with that either, by the way. A lot of managers might not want to come because taking over a Klopp legacy is extremely difficult. They usually want to be the manager after the manager, so it looks a bit, Arteta coming in after Unai Emery has helped Arteta a little bit. It's you usually want to be that manager, but he's like, nah, I can't wait, man. I can't wait for the Liverpool job.
I know,
I'm going to be Liverpool manager. He's very enthusiastic. I love it. I ain't gonna lie.
Like Arne Slot's coming in like a David Moyes into Man United.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a real job on, like a real. It's like, I suppose the only positive is we didn't win the treble. Because imagine if we'd won the treble, and then he comes in, like, jeez, beat that. Fair play to him. He's a happy guy. He does come across like a happy guy. He's moving into Klopp's house as well, so good on him. That's worth a few bob. It's like 4 million or something. £4 million bad.
I think Liverpool. Did Liverpool buy it off Brendan Rodgers in the end?
Yeah, I think we just.
So I think Liverpool own the house, don't they? So whoever's manager, they just got that house, ain't they?
I think they own the house. Yeah, good on him. He's bringing a few people with him now as well, by the looks of it. Apparently, the reason why we haven't announced him is because the assistant manager for Holland, we've got to pay compensation and stuff for him.
Yeah,
and he had to leave that job permanently.
Yeah.
And they really didn't want to lose him. Like Holland FA on the national team really didn't want to lose him. But he's coming in full time, which is good because I wasn't sure about him being like a part-time assistant manager.
No.
So we're getting him. We're also getting the performance coach at Feyenoord, and also the fitness coach as well at Feyenoord, and we're also getting the goalkeeping coach as well. So I think we're bringing 5 in, or 4 or 5. I think it's like 4, Slot including 4 others, which is a fair amount of people, which is good. And unfortunately, I think we need to be a bit like Chelsea. We just need to be cold. Like, old guy's gone, new guy's in. Let's go. Let's stop being sentimental. Let's stop being sentimental now. Let's focus on what's important. And I think we've got the right guys to do that.
Yeah, I agree. And that's how Liverpool need to be. And we're not talking about how the fans should be, but that's how the team should be. We can't be in mourning. We've got to be like, it sounds harsh, but I'm telling you right now, Jurgen Klopp would understand it as well. He'd understand it completely. He wouldn't want to come into a job and you're still talking about and thinking about the old regime, no matter how legendary you are. You need to. The club need. I think that's why they've hired people like Edwards and stuff like that, because Edwards is like that. He's not, I'm going to worry about Jurgen. He's like, no, I'm telling you, Monday morning, he wakes up. He probably runs out of his house Monday morning. It's like, and he's going to get the Arne
work. Yeah, he's to work.
He's going to get the Arne Slot stuff dealt and signed with, and we'll probably get a press conference. sometime next week, I would expect, or the start of the. I don't know when we're doing a press conference. Would they do a press? Yeah, I expect they'll do a press conference next week. For the Arne Slot. I don't know if you do it or you wait till the beginning of the season.
Maybe before pre-season.
Yeah, maybe wait till the beginning of the season starts. I'm not
I think
sure,
it will
but
be.
then at pre-season, he gets he starts work on the 1st of July.
It might be. Yeah, it might
so
be.
it might
be like next week. Might be next week.
Yeah. So yeah. No, Richard Hughes is in charge of signings, guys, and Edwards is in charge of signing Arne Slot.
I'll tell you what's interesting though, and the reason why we like the management need to be to put it to one side and go, okay, yeah, look, celebrated his tenure, he's been amazing, but now it's a fresh start with these guys, because Arsenal, Chelsea are going to be at it big time. They're going to spend shitloads of money, and they're going to be at it. And those two, I really worry about next year. Man City are obviously going to be there; they always are. But those two, like, they're the ones we need to worry about next season. Big time. Like, look how good Chelsea are now. Like they're possibly they could possibly pip Tottenham into 5th place, and we were laughing at them, thinking they were like going to fall into like relegation zone. Things can change so quickly. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, it also shows how bad the league is as well. At the end of the day, it's
It
just
really
not
does. It really does. Yeah.
It's not the greatest league at all.
It's not
but
a great league.
Yeah, Chelsea just need a striker. If Chelsea get a striker, they're going to be very good next season. Arsenal going to be up there again. Man United, I think are years away. Personally, they got a lot to sort out. So Liverpool should, for me, try and keep a title challenge going next season. And my point on this is that I think with Liverpool, we can't go right. We're going to just be in this doldrum of Klopp leave and we got to build again. I don't think we do. We got so many good players, man. I just feel like we need to fill in a few holes and maybe let some of the deadwood in our team go. Like your Thiagos and Matips and Adrians and players like that. Get them off the wage bill. Get Trent and Mo and Virgil's contract or situation at the football club sorted quickly. And then fill the gaps in our squad that need filling. I don't think we need this massive overhaul, K-Mag. I mean, the players are there. You just get 1 or 2 pieces, and I don't understand why we can't keep challenging next season. It's not like Klopp when he first came to Liverpool and he had that squad. Joe Allen's and Lucas's and
Balotelli's,
Mingale's in goal and Balotelli's and Joe, Barini's and all this sort of stuff. This is a totally kettle of fish, and for me, we got a top 4 squad. We have. And for me, Slot's got to come in and keep it going. In my opinion, man. What do you reckon?
Yeah. For me, I think we've got a top 3 team. I don't think there's anyone better than us in the top 3.
No.
Like it is literally between the 3 teams in the top 3. Like anyone can finish anywhere really for me at any time. I think they've got the best squads. I think they've got the best teams. I think they've got the best people that manage the clubs as well. Like it's between those 3. I think it will be next year. It could be for a number of years really, but just depends how things go. But for me, it's the same old question, same old thing every single year. We need a world-class defensive midfielder. We need a world-class defensive midfielder. Like we just need a world-class defensive midfielder, and like we're now looking at Ugarte again. Like Ugarte would have been insane for us, but he turned us down and went to PSG. Now PSG want to get rid of him. Makes perfect sense. Like get him in, fill that gap, get a destroyer. You've got so many good players in that squad. Like, and what Slot's going to do is Slot's going to look at the squad and go, you know what? You guys have been playing in the wrong positions. Like some players have been playing in the wrong positions, and he's going to play them in the right positions, and it's going to help. And hopefully we we get that player that we need. That's just been sat in the middle of the park that we've all been crying out for so long. And
that's a great
job
point,
done.
man. I mean, you get that DM in. You know, you get if we get a quality defensive midfielder in, you got McAllister already there. You got Szoboszlai already there. He's going to be a better player for me next season. I really do believe it. It'll be played differently in the way he's playing this season. You got Gravenberch there, who's only going to get better, in my opinion, especially now as a Dutch coach there, who's probably going to understand him a bit. I know Pep Linders was there, but, you know, Slot's going to be the actual manager, and plus Slot's a better coach than Pep Linders. You got Curtis Jones, you got Harvey Elliott. I think Slot's going to love Harvey Elliott personally. Yeah. I think Harvey Elliott is a Slot kind of player. I think Harvey Elliott might play more football than he's ever played under Slot. You got talent there. You just get that DM in. You got a very good midfield. You got a very good midfield. Now the forward area might be a little bit different because, you know, I think Slot. I've only seen him play his games a few times. I'm not going to say I'm correct here, but the games I've seen with Slot, he plays the wingers that are right-footed on the right side and left wingers footed on the left side, so they can go on the outside and cross. If that's the case, I mean, Mo ain't going to play left wing.
He's going to play in the middle.
Mo will have to play in the middle. Liverpool, all we keep hearing at the moment is that Liverpool would definitely go buy a forward and a centre back.
Going to put the light on, mate.
Yeah, no worries. Liverpool would definitely go buy a centre back and a forward this year. And I keep asking myself, like, who's going to leave then? Maybe no one's going to leave because maybe they're thinking of playing, you know, Diaz, who's right-footed, actually on the right side where he can, you know, play wider and cross with the correct foot. On the left side, you play someone who's left-footed that can cross with the left foot. And then you play someone down the middle. I think it'd be interesting to see what Slot does in the wide players. He might change it up, though. He might go, look, I've got Gakpo, Diaz, Salah here. I'm going to change it up. I'm going to change what I did at Feyenoord differently here because, you know, I've got these players and I just got to keep it how it's going for a while. See, the thing with Slot and Klopp, their systems are not much different. You know, they're quite similar. It's not going to be a headache for the players, as it came back for when Slot comes in and his first training session, he introduced himself. This is the way I want to do things. For the players, it's not going to be a complete headache because it's not going to be too dissimilar to what Klopp did. Just with there's going to be different details in the thing. And that's all it is, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if they'd obviously came back to pre-season and he switched to a back three, like that's a big change. Like,
yeah, exactly.
That's a big change for everybody. I know he plays with a double pivot, but he also plays with a defensive midfielder, like a destroyer in there. Like, you know, he's got a guy that does that in Max Weefers. So Garthe would be perfect for that, or maybe Kepler and Thuram. Like, we've been even Cooper Myers. You know, that's a possibility as well. We've been linked with him a lot. And I know we've now started to be linked with Andre Silva, is it, from Benfica?
Oh yeah,
who's an absolute monster, by the way. Yeah, but like, I just any release clauses are 100 million. Just camp that out. Like, it's just not an Edwards thing. It's just not. Like, he wants value. He wants value, and what he wants players that are also going to go up in value. Like, if you're spending 100 million on a player, how much extra value is he going to get on top of him to sell him on in the future? It's just not how we work. Like, it's just not how we work. Like, you should know that already by now. Like, because that's exactly how he's done things in the past. So you're looking at 35, 40 million sweet spot. Like, anything over that or below that, I just don't think that's not the game we're cooking in. Yeah, I feel that is the bit the conundrum for me is the wingers. Like, they're not forward wingers like we play right now. so he doesn't expect his wingers to score loads of goals because they don't. Like the two guys that he's had at Feyenoord haven't scored more than 10 goals, like never, as wingers. So I don't think he's going to be playing Salah there. So Salah will probably pay in, which means that he might be the forward or he might be the attacking midfielder, like the number 10. I just don't know. Like it's going to be really interesting to see. But it's just going to be good to see someone who's got different ideas and different ways of playing the game. Like we've had 9 years of the same stuff over and over again. Like I know we've done inverted for the last 2 years, but everything else has been identical. Like it has. Everything's been identical. Even the way the goalkeeper plays, even the way we do that passing around the back at defence, we've always done that. Like it's gonna be really interesting. And I'm excited for it. Absolutely.
I think a lot of Liverpool fans that I speak to and interact with, and everyone in the chat and people like that, I think a lot of people are actually, excited about what's coming and a change, because change can be a scary thing at times. Change can be a nervy thing, but change can also be an exciting thing at times. And no one's going to sit here and say, he's going to be anything like Jurgen. He's going to be better. No one's saying that. He might never be better than Jurgen Klopp, yeah, right. But but he might do things his own way, like Shankly and Bob Paisley are completely two different people that run the football club in totally different ways. Yeah, Shankly, Bob Paisley won more, but Shankly's still regarded as our greatest ever manager. Although Paisley won more. So Slot, I think Slot's coming to Liverpool over a massive chance. He's never going to get this chance again in his career. Why do you, is there one thing you're so excited, man? It's like, he's looked at this Liverpool squad. I can tell you right now, he's probably watched a lot of Liverpool games. He's looked at the players. He's identified players he might, want and talk to the Rich Chews about already. Wouldn't be surprised if he's had a talk with Jurgen Klopp. And he's looking at this squad and thinking, wow, I'm getting this chance. And I listen to him in interviews quite a lot lately. He does a lot of interviews in Dutch, obviously, because the Dutch league, but then he gets it. Then he translates himself into English for Liverpool fans. It's hilarious. I don't know if anyone's seen it. So he does a whole press conference in Dutch, and then he legitimately translates himself into English for Liverpool fans. It's
really impressive.
It's fantastic, and I'm like, this man could. It's Christmas every day for him right now. And yeah, he's absolutely loving life. And the more I hear from him, the more I listen to him, K-Mac, the more I'm actually engaged in what he says. He's actually quite charismatic. I remember someone telling me he's actually quite dull. Not what I've heard. He sounds...
He's quite funny.
He sounds quite intelligent, funny, and he sounds like a character. He sounds like he's got something about him. He sounds intriguing. And if people want to know any more, Feyenoord fans absolutely love him.
Yeah.
Feyenoord fans are loving him like we love Klopp. They absolutely love the guy. Just go and ask Feyenoord fans what they think of him, man.
I want to just go and watch the last game that he did. Like I think he won 5-0 as well, which obviously helps. But the standing ovation he got at the end was pretty incredible. Look, Klopp's done brilliant stuff with us, no doubt. All right, and this is all about the optimism side of things. But do you really think a new manager couldn't do what we've just achieved in the last 2 years? Because we finished 5th and we were shit, and we finished 3rd and we weren't great this year either. So you really think a new guy can't better that? Because I really do think a new guy can better that. Like, I think a new guy could get more out of Darwin Núñez. I think a new guy might be able to get more out of Trent. Like, do you think a new guy might be able to get more out of Dominic Szoboszlai? He's been absolutely stinky. Like, so I think we're kind of writing off anybody who comes in because of what Klopp's done in the past. But this is what Klopp's done in the past. The last couple of years have not been great. And if we got a new guy in before that, we could be in a completely different situation now. Like, even think about 2 years ago, after the quad fail, and we ended up just winning the two cups. We could have moved on from Jurgen, and we could have got Xabi Alonso from Sociedad before he went to Leverkusen. And there was managers available then, like you have got De Zerbi that was available then because he hadn't gone to Brighton. So there were managers available there, but we didn't make that choice. But now we're doing it now because Jurgen has actually wanted to leave. So don't write off the new guy so soon, because what we've done over the last 2 years has not been great. It really hasn't. Like 5th place, nothing. Europa League didn't do well this year. We got knocked out by a pretty average team, to be honest. And then obviously got beaten by a Man United team that were garbage, and fell out of the running through Palace and Everton. So no, I think I'm really optimistic about the new guy, because I think we can do better than we have done the last 2 years.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's not saying I don't like Klopp, because Klopp was amazing for us. All right, so
yeah,
don't come at me about that, because I'm not.
Yeah, exactly. No, I get what you're saying. Like we've all said, it's just his last couple of seasons, guys. That's what we are mostly chatting about. It's just not been.
And I want to see Cody Gakpo play.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm intrigued how Slot's going to take hold of the reins of what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Look, the thing with Slot, he's obviously a good coach. I know he's not everyone's first choice and everyone's cup of tea and all that, but I do, for some reason, trust the club. And if the club thinks Slot's the right man, let's go for it. I mean,
You know what I feel as well? Sorry. I feel like we're going to do really well in Europe next year with him, I don't know why. I feel like he's got some kind of way of being able to play in Europe that's good. I mean, you look at his tenure in Europe with a Feyenoord team that ain't great. They ain't great, seriously. Like their top goal scorer scores just over 20 goals, and everyone else is like quite low, but the numbers are quite level across all of them. And he managed to get to a quarter final, which he got beat by Roma, unfortunately. And then he also managed to get to a final, and he got beat by Roma again. Basically, Jose Mourinho beat him. So he's kind of got the Klopp curse, where Ancelotti beat him consistently.
Yeah.
So hopefully, with our team, he can go one step further and do more in the Champions League. But I'm quite excited to see how he gets on in the Champions League. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Europe, though. Europe is hard to win, man.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Pep Guardiola with this Man City team. Look how long it took him to win Champions League. And then they still went out. They didn't recover. They went out. It's extremely difficult for any top manager to win big European trophies. So, yeah, I think Slot could do well in Europe. And, you look at everything else going around at the moment. Managers in Europe, unless you're going to go and get someone like Ancelotti himself, who, the Dortmund manager's got Dortmund to a Champions League. You know what I'm saying? It's not. I don't think the manager pool out there that is really big at the moment. And I think you're gambling now on young and upcoming coaches that are going to probably be superstars in the next few years. That's what Arsenal did with Arteta. Diogo Simeone, before he went to Atletico Madrid, weren't really anyone. Was a great player. Took him on as a coach young, and look at the job he's done in all the years he's been at Atletico Madrid.
Was he in Italy beforehand?
I can't remember if he was a manager before he went to Atletico Madrid.
Was he a manager in Italy? Am I going mad? Like, or was that?
Well, he played in Italy, didn't he?
I can't remember when he was a manager before.
I can't remember. He's been at Atletico Madrid for quite a while now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So I don't. What has he been there? 9 years. So I don't know if he was, because he obviously retired and went into management, didn't he? So I didn't know. I don't know if Atletico Madrid was his first job, but it was a young manager, man, who went to a big club. and did well. You know, it can be done, and the man, as I said, the manager pool out there is quite small. You know, Amorim. So we're hearing news about Amorim today. So Liverpool wanted Amorim. They offered the buyout at 10 million a year, which was accepted first time round. And then the Sporting Lisbon owner president said, "No, we're changing it to 20." And that's when Liverpool decided to cut ties with Ruben Amorim.
Because if we'd have offered 20, they would have gone, "No, we're changing it to 30."
Yeah,
it would have just got silly. It would
they
have.
They accepted the buyout clause of 10 million. So the buyout clause for Amorim for 10 million was accepted.
And then
that's why
changed
everything went quiet. And then they changed it and they asked for 20 million. They thought
Makes
about it
sense
and went,
that now, doesn't it?
we'll have 20 million. And I ain't paying 20 million for Ruben Amorim. I'm sorry. So
And we're not mugs. Like we're not.
no,
we're getting mugged off.
you can't mug off a team like that. When you think so, you know, you've come to a thing where you go, right, we're willing to pay the buyout clause, and you've set up a deal for 10 million, and both parties are happy with it. And then the next morning, the president sleeps on it and goes, "Oh, like we want 20 million now." It's it is. Tony said, "So we've got our third choice." Yeah, probably, but
that explains why Amorim was really pissed off in that interview now.
Yeah, but even if it is our third choice, you know, players sometimes get their third choice, and they turn out to be barnstorming players. So I don't think it matters. I think we said it at the beginning when Klopp said he was leaving, that they'd have the whiteboard up with a list of managers, and they go through them. If one rejects, they go to the next one. The thing is, though, they've only got a list of. They had a list of managers they thought would be good for the job. They're not going down their list of people. It's not like Mike Bassett's England, when there's like no one wants a job and they just employ anyone. They basically put a group of managers on the whiteboard, discussed it, looked at it. They had their first choice to their third choice. Alonso was their first choice, like a lot of teams. Alonso wanted to stay. Amorim was their second choice, but Amorim wanted to come. Amorim wanted to come to Liverpool, but unfortunately, the sporting president said put a thing to that. So then we got Arne Slot, and
so does that mean that West Ham paid their 20 million for the
no, they didn't. They
was that just the interview?
No, they didn't want to pay it either.
Oh,
They didn't want to pay either. They didn't want to pay either. Yeah, that's why he's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You know.
Tell you what, we will be doing when he gets a new contract. He'll be getting rid of that clause.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no doubt about it. I think. No, I think Arne Slot's going to do a good job. I don't know why. I just feel like he will.
Yeah, me
he's
too.
obviously a very good coach. He's obviously a very good coach. I mean, we know says Amorim is a two-time league winning manager. 20 million might be a bargain. It's high.
It's not that. It's the way it's done.
It is the way it's done. We know
Yeah.
they basically went back on something that was already done. So they basically shook hands on 10 million
with them.
Yeah, they basically shook hands on 10 million and then went back on it.
Yeah.
That's the reason. Yeah, that's the reason. And I wouldn't do it. Like, it's a bit like football's a business. We got to remember it, man.
I'll tell you what, though, we're probably not going to go for Inacio now. You can probably rule that one out.
Yeah, we ain't dealing with Sporting no more.
We ain't dealing with Sporting anymore now.
But look, the only thing else I know is Slot. He's obviously a very good coach. You know, he's very well loved by Feyenoord fans. They absolutely adore him. He brought great times at Feyenoord. Their last couple of years have been excellent. You know, they won the league trophy, which is they've only won 2 in 24 years, I believe, when it came out. You know, 2000 and 2024. So
Giovanni say that when you're drunk. Giovanni Van Bronckhorst was the last manager to win.
Yeah. So they've won 2 trophies in 24 years in the league, and then they won the cup a few weekends ago.
He scored screamers, him, didn't he? Do you remember the goals he scored?
Yeah.
Was he like a left back or something, or right back? He scored absolute worldies. I remember his goals. I mean, even the club before absolutely adored him, but they had to sack him because he broke their contract. but they didn't want to. Like he was really good for them as well.
Just get Remy's comment here. What I find annoying is that the last two seasons ago and this season we were really in for the quad. It's a shame we failed, but to say we haven't been good since about 2 years ago, we haven't. We finished fifth last year. We were terrible.
We were dreadful.
And then this year we failed. I mean, I don't get the.
I mean, I did actually go through the games.
Am I getting that wrong?
That we didn't do well in. I did actually go through them. We haven't played good football. We haven't played good football in 2 years. Like, really? You like this football? Conceding goals in the first 15 minutes? Like, I don't like it.
It's just.
Like, I can't wait to not do that anymore.
It's weird, isn't it? It's
weird.
Like this year, we were going for a quad and we failed. I mean, we didn't pass, and
we've ended up with nothing apart from the
League Cup. Yeah,
because the kids.
I just
like the Carabao Cup was amazing, by the way. Like winning it with the kids was amazing. Like,
and that's my only problem. And as I keep telling everyone, that is literally my only issue with the Jurgen Klopp era. In 9 years, he's had 2 bad seasons.
Yeah,
I don't think that's too bad. I don't think that's too bad for 9 seasons, guys. I really don't think that's that bad. He's done that. He's had a tremendous job. We've gone through his great moments, great games. It's just.
I mean, you've had a better season than Arsenal, by the way.
Yeah, going for a quad, by the way, is almost impossible. Going for a quad is almost impossible. So I feel like, and we just, we run out of steam. But last year was pants. Awful to watch last year. And our football the last 2 seasons has been dreadful.
It's been dreadful.
We play dreadful football. Dreadful.
The funny thing is as well is I love having a go at Arsenal. Sorry, mate. I know you don't like it sometimes. I know some of the other content providers don't like it either, but like Arsenal score more goals, concede less goals, play much better football, and they'll finish second, and we'll finish third, and we'll win a cup. And everyone will wax lyrical about them being amazing, but I still think we've had a better season on paper, even after all of that, because we got a trophy they haven't.
Oh well, look at the Arteta. Yeah, has Arteta been Arteta's been at Arsenal for 4 years now, yeah, and had to rebuild Arsenal the same way Klopp had to rebuild Liverpool, yeah. But Klopp in his first 4 seasons won a Champions League and a Premier League.
I mean, got to 2 finals, by the way,
and another Champions League final and a Europa League final. There's no comparison. While he was rebuilding Liverpool the same way Arteta's rebuilt Arsenal. So yeah, there's no comparison. It gets on my tits. Arsenal got to start winning things, man. You got to start with trophies is what it's about. But look, yeah, people calling Arne Slot the new Brendan Rodgers. I've seen that going around lately.
No.
I mean, because he's confident in himself. So everyone's saying he's the new Brendan Rodgers. I think honestly, when he was in the chat, I don't know if he's in the chat, but I know he would tell you because he lived in Holland, and Dutch people are just confident, man. They're just a confident breed of people, and they believe in themselves. I don't see anything wrong with that. I really don't. But I don't understand why, people calling him a new Brendan Rodgers because he believes in himself. Come on, now, guys. He's got the love everywhere he's been, man. AZ Alkmaar fans loved him. Feyenoord fans love him. He's a bloody good coach. You've only got to see what he's been doing in the Dutch game. But I get why everyone's tenuous. I get why everyone's a bit worried about him because he's coming from the Dutch league, and the Dutch league is poor. I get it. There's comparisons with Ten Hag because Ten Hag manages Man United and they're in shit street. But Man United and Liverpool are totally 2 different clubs right now. The structure of both clubs are completely different. Man United's a mess. Liverpool ain't. It's just the structure for Slot to come to Liverpool, thanks to what Jurgen Klopp has done, and then what FSG have done, hiring all these people behind the scenes to do the work, is far better than Ten Hag when he went to Man United. Ten Hag going to Man United was only ever going to be failure. Who lets someone buy Casemiro at 32 and put him on 350 grand a week? Whose bright idea was that?
Put him on a 4-year contract, mate.
4-year contract, 350 grand a week for a 32-year-old. That's absolutely mad. Who's never played in England.
Man United are that badly run right now that they had to bring back Johnny Evans.
Yeah, and didn't they pay 60 million for him? And didn't they? It's just, it's absolutely mad, this sort of stuff. You know what I mean? It's, they bought Jadon Sancho as a kid and put him on almost 300 grand a week and wondered why he weren't doing the job, and they ruined him. Marcus Rashford is now fighting the opposition fans. He's fighting the opposition. He's fighting Man United fans, sorry, on the touchline. That's how shit streak it's gone down there. Can you imagine Liverpool fans turning on Stevie? Would never happen, would it? They're turning on him now.
I'll tell you what's funny. I'll tell you what's funny. I only found this out recently as well. Is Anthony Martial. Yeah, Anthony Martial has got a clause in his contract, where he gets paid £1 million if he wins the Ballon d'Or. Put that in your contract.
Jesus. It's just...
He's still at the club, by the way.
Yeah. And that just shows how much of a joke they are compared to, like, Liverpool are run better, and Slot's got more of a chance to be a success than Ten Hag at Man United, without a shadow of doubt. Also, like, I don't know about you guys, but don't listen to everything on Twitter with big Liverpool fans on Twitter with big profiles and thousands of followers telling everyone that, oh, I'm worried about this guy. He talks too much. He reminds me of Brendan and all that nonsense. Go with actually people who know. Listen to the Dutch journalists talk about Slot. Listen to former Dutch players. Listen to the Feyenoord fans and the AZ Alkmaar fans that talk about him. One of the top journalists in Holland, that in the Netherlands, should I say that?
Van der Kraan, I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah, Van der Kraan did an interview on Talk Sport, and in his opinion, he said he's the best Dutch coach. He's the best Dutch coach around. He's completely different to Ten Hag. He's a far better coach than Ten Hag. When Ajax won the league in the Netherlands, I believe Slot got manager of the year.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did actually.
So
with Alkmaar. Is it Alcazar? Alkmaar? I can't remember the name.
Yeah, he's a very good coach. He seems to be very likable, good personality. But as I keep saying, we're going from a great to an unknown, and that's what it is, guys. We're gonna have to give him time to settle into the team, see how he goes, and hopefully he's tremendous. Because if I know everyone keeps going on about Dutch managers don't work, Dutch players don't work, the Dutch league's crap, he's going to just be like Ten Hag and we're going to be finishing 6th and 8th. No, I've not heard anyone say yet, what if he's actually good? What if he comes in and actually is bloody good at his job? What about that?
Isn't there a Dutch manager who's going to be playing in the Champions League final? Isn't he Dutch?
What, the Dortmund manager?
Yeah, isn't he Dutch?
I don't know. I think he might be German.
Is he? I thought he was Dutch.
I don't know.
Oh, I thought he was Dutch. Anyway, yeah, we haven't got a great track record with some Dutch managers, but we had a good Dutch coach, like as in assistant manager for a long time. Like Pep Mendes was great for a number of years. Like, look, it's going to be really hard to replace Klopp. Like, we just know that.
Yeah,
but
cool.
Somebody has to do it, and we have to just get behind this guy and back the team and back his ideas. And for me, I think we've got all of the right people in the club now, like some absolutely incredible people from top to bottom now that are running the club. And, it looks like FSG are kind of out the loop now because we're now being run by Edwards. So everything's going to be pointing to Edwards because he's the COO. So
Yeah,
hopefully that link's been closed off because everyone was blaming them for everything. So we just need to concentrate on Liverpool now, and yeah, I'm just really looking forward to it. And look, we've just got a brand new seating in. Loads more people can go to the game. Next year we've got the cot back, so you can stand up. That's going to be different. Hopefully VAR will be gone. Who knows? But I'm just looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next. And I really want Virgil, Ali, Trent, and Salah and Robbo to win some more trophies. Like they deserve it.
yeah.
Like they have given us blood, sweat, and guts for so many years, and they deserve to have more trophies. Those guys really do. And I just hope they can before they move on. Like another year or two. But yeah, good times.
Right. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Morsheen says, big up to you. The super chat says, what players would you want this summer? What players do you want, man? What are you looking at?
Oh, bloody hell!
You said a DM, didn't you?
Yeah, definitely a DM. So I'm thinking Ugarte would be great. By the way, I do think like an Anasio or Hinapache or a really good left-sided centre back that can play left back would be good as well. And I just think we should just sign Michael Elise. Like I'll say it now. Like I just think we should sign Michael Elise. Like we should just make that happen. Like apparently there was a bid from a club, an unknown club, which was probably Man United or Chelsea, where they offered Elise and Eze. Like they wanted to buy both of them to play in
Yeah.
the same team, and they turned them down. So, but I just think go and get Michael Elise. Like just get it done.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because I think we're definitely going to buy a centre back, definitely going to buy a forward, and we need a defensive midfielder.
Yeah.
Liverpool, I don't think can go another season without a defensive midfielder. I don't know what
No,
the
we
issue
can't
is.
do this again.
They can't keep thinking that Stefan Bajcetic is the future, so you can't buy anyone.
So apparently,
that.
Bajcetic and Jadon Dans are potentially going on loan to Salzburg for
I'll be.
so Pep and Linders will be taking some players off us on loan, which I think is good, by the way. I think that's a really good team for some of our players to go to because they get to play Champions League as well.
Yeah.
They win the league every single year consistently. Like,
well, they did.
Yeah, they did. They did. I mean, that's what he's got to do as soon as he goes in, mate. He can't come second.
No. By the way, there's one thing I am grateful for. We won't be playing. We will not be playing Pep Linders football anymore.
No,
because what we've been playing the last 2 seasons is Pep Linders football. That's his system, and 100%. We won't be playing that no more. So there's going to be a difference. Look, I'm not confident. I'm just excited about the future, guys. I won't be confident until I see Liverpool play on match day 1. That's when I tell you. I'm just excited about the future. I'm always excited about the future, even if we've had, and that's not a dismiss on Jurgen. He's the most legendary of legendary managers. My personality is that I like new things. I like change a lot. I keep telling people this. I change my front room around every 6 weeks. That's more I've said in. Because I like change, I just don't like being stuck in the past for too long. So I'm excited by it. I'm excited how we look, it's going to be so different, guys. New manager in the hot seat, new backroom staff, new sporting director, new CEO, new technical director in charge as well. Everything's going to be different at Liverpool next year. We'll
New
probably
kit manufacturer as well.
Yeah,
like,
we got
new kits. Like,
it's going to be
Adidas
mad time.
Adidas makes some good.
Yeah, this is our
good
last.
kits.
This is our last season with Nike. So
It's brilliant.
Things are changing. Are they changing for the better? We won't know, guys. I can't tell you. I don't know if they're going to change for the better. I'm not confident at all at the moment. I want to wait till we see what players come to the football club in the transfer market. I want to see if, Trent and Virgil and Salah stay. Do they sign new deals? Do they go? If they go, what money do we use? Who do we buy? And then when I watch him on his first match day and the way we play and set up, that's the only time I know I'll be confident about all this. So I'm just an excited football fan right now that's, looking forward to it. Daryl says, will Trent be there, Jamie and Allison? Yeah, they'll be there, man. Trent and Allison ain't going nowhere. They're signed. Trent, Allison's got time in his contract anyway. Do you know the amount of money they'd need to let Allison go? It'd be a world record fee, and I don't know if anyone can afford a world record fee for a goalkeeper right yet. So Allison, even if he wanted to leave, he's going to be priced out of the market anyway. So you're looking at how much was Kepa? 78 million, wasn't
he? Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, he was.
It's going to be around it's going to be between 70 and 80 million for Alisson Becker. Yeah. And the way football is at the moment, I don't know anyone who's going to pay that for a goalkeeper right now.
I don't even think Saudi would pay that now.
No. So
for a goalie, like really.
And that's what Liverpool was going to ask for, man. You don't think they go want money on return? He's the best goalkeeper in the world. If Liverpool view him as the best goalkeeper in the world, they're not going to sell him under value of what we bought him for. So you're looking at 70 to 80 million. So I don't know if anyone's going to be able to afford to buy the Trent stuff. I think Trent signs a new deal personally. They've already said they're just waiting for Slot to come in and they're going to do all the contracts. So I'm not too worried. It's the Salah one the most. Salah's the only one I'm not sure on. Yeah, LFC are at 80 million. You joke, Jamie, 120. Yeah, it would be a world record like you wouldn't believe. Yeah. He's got time in his contract. I think he's got 2 years left yet. So Liverpool, they're not going to sell him for undervalue. They're just not. They're just not.
I can see Ali being with us for another 5 years. I really can. Like,
yeah,
he's not that guy. Like, he loves the club. He loves Liverpool as well. His family love it here.
Yeah, they're all cool. Taffarel, I think Taffarel sort of paid. Yeah, I think Alisson. I think Alisson. He's part of Alisson's crew.
He's part of Alisson's. I think he came with Alisson from Roma, by the way. Like, don't quote me on that.
I think he only came last season. Taffarel.
Did he come last season? Did he?
Yeah, I think he only came last season.
Was he to do with the Brazil setup then?
Yeah, he was coaching for the Brazil setup for goalkeeper coach. Okay, yeah, but he's also Alisson's hero, ain't he? He's Alisson's hero. He's Taffarel. So yeah, yeah.
Achterberg's going to Stevie G, isn't he?
Yeah, so I think like
going to be with his mate.
Do you know what else I'd like? A set piece coach. That'd be nice.
Yeah, that'd be very nice.
That'd be nice. You look at the two best clubs in the country right now, Man City and Arsenal, guys. Guess what they got? Set piece coaches.
And it's really funny as well because when they score from set pieces, you see their set piece coach and the camera goes to them and you're like,
it's important. We can do that. It's an important part. People don't get this. You can't have your manager or head coach or whatever you want to call them running everything in training. They literally can't do everything. It's the whole point of someone is, giving roles to other people. That is delegating roles, guys. That's what makes a great man. Delegating roles that you don't have an ego where you can do everything. And obviously Arne Slot's going to be head coach, which some people make me laugh. They go, so he's not running the football club. No, he's running the team.
He shouldn't be. He shouldn't be
running the team and the squad. You've got other people, and it's like, this is stupid. So Does that mean?
No, that was stupid.
I keep hearing people say, "Does that mean Richard Hughes and Edwards are actually the manager of the football club?" I was like, "No, it's daft. He's head coach, like the rest of Europe. Yeah, Ancelotti's head coach. Thomas Tuchel's head coach at big clubs. They." It'll look if Jurgen Klopp was head coach and let the roles get delegated, he would be here now because he'd be less tired. He'd be less shattered.
But by the way, chat, Ancelotti doesn't sign the players. For Real
No,
Madrid.
the president of Real Madrid
President signs the players. Ancelotti just gets them.
It's just,
and it works. Like it works for them. Like
it's because it's new and it's new for Liverpool, and I get it. It's new. It's new for Liverpool. I get it.
Liverpool. It's not new for the Premier League either, by the way. There's loads of coaches.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not new for the Prem. New for us.
Edward, why are you so damn, man? I can't wait for 6 and 12 months' time when we're languishing mid-table and certain parts of the fan base, not you two, get what they effing deserve for abusing the best manager we had in 35 years. I get what you're saying, but Edward, why do you think we'd be mid-table, man? Why do you think we'd be mid-table? What if we're...
Are you really happy with the last 2 years, mate? Like, are you really happy with the last 2 years? Like, seriously?
Why do you think we'd be... I'm just interested, Edward.
You think next year was going to be any different?
Like... Edward, is it because Edward, is it because we're going into the unknown? And I get your worry. I do understand your worry, and I understand every Liverpool fan's worry. Yeah, is it because we're going into the unknown? Because we've had Klopp, who's been amazing for Liverpool, that we can all agree with. We all love him and adore him, right? So that time's gone, and we're going into a new era. Are you worried that is what's happening? Like the unknown part of it. You're not sure who Arne Slot is. You're not sure on the way he plays, how he can handle the pressure of being a Premier League manager. If that's the case, I get it. I understand it. I do. I do get it. Yeah, I do get it. I understand everyone who thinks like that.
For me, guys, if you're going to stay another year or two, we probably finish third next year and maybe win another cup. Like that's just a fact. Like it really is.
Look,
we may well be going through the same stuff with Trent and bloody Nunes and Gapco and all of these guys are all being like no, it's the right time. It really is the right time. Like he's been absolutely amazing for us.
So do I think the club overachieved this season? Probably. They probably did overachieve this season.
I think so, mate.
Do I think the club is the squad's shit? No. If you're telling me I've got Virgil van Dijk in my squad, I've got Alisson Becker, I've got a Trent, I've got a Robbo, Kanate, Kwanzaa's coming through. I had Matip at the beginning of the season before he got injured, who Liverpool fans regard as one of the best defenders in the league, full stop. Then I've got
the best free transfer we've ever had in history, by the way.
Yeah, then I've got Salah in my team. I've got a Jota in my team, Darwin, who a lot of Liverpool fans absolutely love and adore. You got a Gakpo in team, you got a Diaz in team again. A lot of fans absolutely love and adore Diaz. Then I've got McAllister, who's been a tremendous player. Szoboszlai, who's going to get better. Gravenberch, your Elliott's, your Curtis Joneses of the world. It's not a mid-table team. Now, if Slot makes that a mid-table team, it needs to be sacked ASAP. There's no doubt about that, and we all agree. But it's a team that should comfortably finish top 4 next season for me. There's no reasons behind it. I don't.
Third or above. Third or above for me, mate.
That team should still finish in the top 4 next season. There's no way they should be falling out of the Champions League. Like Villa, it'd be interesting to see what Villa do next season. And Chelsea, the only other team for me, if they get a striker, could be real. If they get in Cuckoo fit, Chelsea could be even actually title challenging next season, in my opinion. And then you got Tottenham and all that. But And what if Slot's a good coach, man? well, Slot's actually a good coach, and he can get. I think that's. Yeah, Daryl says that's what our owners want, Jamie. Top 4. That's what every owner wants, Daryl, apart from Man City's owners. You know, when I always come with it, if we're coming at top 4, that's all our owner wants. That's all the owners in the Premier League want. And the reason I say this is that why do none of the smaller teams in the Premier League try and win the FA Cup? Why do not a lot of why are the Aston Villas and all that and the Brightons and these sort of teams and the Tottenhams, why are they not trying to win the FA Cup every year? Do you know the reason they're not trying to win the FA Cup every year? Because they'd rather finish top 4. Ask Aston Villa's owner if they'd rather finish 4th or 5th with an FA Cup. He's going to tell you straight away he'd rather finish 4th. The reason why is more money.
And
financially better.
And also that's why all the lesser clubs don't put their full strength squads in those cups as well, because they want to stay in the Premier League.
There's no money in it.
Like being in the Premier League and being in the top 4 is where the money is. And look, guys, like
they've made top 4.
Is that not okay? Is that not okay that our owners do want to keep us in the Champions League every single year?
Yeah, I mean,
I want to be in the Champions League every single year.
I want to be in the Champions League every year, but also at the same time, I want to make sure we're challenging for titles every year. So,
yeah,
I think no owner. I'm going to say this right now. No owner in the Premier League does enough to make sure their team wins everything every year, apart from Man City. Now, when people go come at me, oh, Arsenal spent this much. If Arsenal's owners really wanted Arsenal to win the Premier League this season, they would have bought a striker in January. They had the money. They would have gone out in January and bought that goal-scoring striker, which probably would have won Arsenal the Premier League this year.
Yeah.
Not every owner does enough. Simple facts. Simple facts.
It's true.
And City, Liverpool are the same. Arsenal are the same. Chelsea are the same. FFP does exist. Klopp said it himself. It's just you got to do things the right way. I actually rather do things the right way than cheat. I'm going to be honest, guys. What would you guys rather do? Would you rather do things the right way but not quite succeed in what you was trying to do? Or would you rather cheat? I mean, what would you rather do? Would you rather go tomorrow? Right, we're going to sell our hotel back to ourselves for £75 million, so we can get away from FFP and then buy all in players, which is basically cheating. Or would you rather try and do it the right way? What would your conscience tell you? What would everyone's conscience tell you?
I just feel that if we'd have done anything,
or as James says, cheat the right way.
Yeah, I just think that if we'd have done anything differently, we'd have been caught, and we'd have been the ones which got points deducted or relegated. I just think that we would, because of Liverpool.
I just part of me would be like not comfortable with certain situations. Do you know what I mean? Some things will not be comfortable situations, like spending £1 billion in 12 months, not really selling anywhere half that to make money back, and then to avoid FFP the following season, you sell Cobham Hotel back to yourself that you already own.
Yeah,
to spend money.
The thing about it as well is you're right there as well, because if you think about it, how mad was the fan base when we bid for Caicedo?
Yeah.
So imagine if we bought Caicedo and we bought Lavia and we spent like 200 million on those two. Our fan base would have gone mental, because it would have been like, well, we just spent 200 million. Why have we just spent it? And you're like, isn't that what you want? Like, and then if you question why we did it.
And don't get me wrong, guys, we've got more money to spend. I'm going to say this right now. We've got loads of money to spend where we won't get done by FFP. And what I will say this, I believe we have got to spend that money this summer. Right? I'm saying that now. We have to spend that money that summer. I don't want no project players. We don't need project players. We need to get actual players now. Big up to a gal. Yeah, I've redirected you, man. You got to go and buy a redirected player. You got to buy ready-made. That's go for it players. So the owners have to spend the money. So I agree with people on that. They have to spend the money. They do. You know, they. Edward, you haven't asked. You haven't asked my question yet. Everyone in the chat who fancy about me, Mr. Nobody. Edward, why do you hate him so much, man?
Maybe he's a Feyenoord fan.
Edward, I love you in a bits, man. You know I do. But why do you hate him so much, man? Igal, I've redirected you, man. What? I don't get it. I don't, like, each to their own. No worries with it. And Igal, sorry. Edward, I'm with you though, man. If Slot has this team, these players with this squad in mid-table, then I'm with you. I'll sack him on the spot because these players should be still playing Champions League football season after season, in my opinion. Yep. So if he has got this team underperforming, sack him on the spot. I'm with you on that. I'm with you. But I can't say that yet because I haven't watched him play, Edward. I've got to watch him play first, man. I have to watch him play and see what he does. But much love to you, man. Much love to you. Big up to Stubbsy in the chat as well.
Yep.
Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, Stubbsy in the chat. Hope you're doing good, man.
Is that Statman? Is that Statman?
Yeah.
Big up Statman.
Apparently, Edward said he won't care how much a player will cost if he fits the system. Yeah, I'd love it if we spent money this season. I'd love it if we spent money this season.
I'd love it if our first signing was Mbappe. That would just shut everyone up.
Fair enough.
Everyone would just be like, "Oh, okay."
Get on that drink, Edward. Get on that drink, my friend. Have a good time. Have a good weekend, man. It depends if we've seen any progress. Might look differently. Yeah, look,
exactly.
It's a times are changing. We're all excited. Well, I'm excited. Me K-Mac's excited. Some of you guys in the chat excited. Some of you are a bit worried. As I said, I'm not confident. Don't have my excitement for confidence. It's not the. I'm excited. I'm going to wait till we see the players that we buy and watch him play his first game before I say anything. And I don't want progress players continuously. I don't mind you buying a project player, and then you buy like 3 ready-made players. That's fine because that's a nice mixture. You do need that. I just don't want to see 4 project players. I'm done with that. You know, get the real players in, man. Get the real. Daryl, you're worried massively. Daryl, don't look. I can't tell you to change your mind because you're your own man. But yeah, wait till next season, man. Let's see what happens. I understand it, though. Klopp's a legend, and it's going to be hard to replace him. It really is. But let's see what happens, man.
Daryl, watch some of Feyenoord's games, mate. Watch Feyenoord smash Ajax 5-0. Or was it 6-0? I think it was 6-0 actually. Watch the game where they beat them 6-0, mate. Honestly, you'll feel a little bit better. And that's the biggest team in Holland, Ajax. Like that's their rivals. That's like us beating Everton 6-0. Like, have we beat Everton 6-0? No, we haven't. Not that I've seen anyway.
No, can't remember.
We did them 5-0, didn't we? Was it 5-0?
5. Was it that 5-2 game? That was a
5-2, wasn't it? 5-2.
That was a mad
Was that like
game.
Stevie Gerrard game, was it?
No, that was the old couple of years back, wasn't it? A few years back.
Was it 5-2? Yeah.
Yeah, with Origi and Mane and all that.
Mane, yeah.
A few years back, it was a great game. Absolutely great game.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, big up, guys. We appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, big up.
Yeah, Liverpool. Look, we're all sad Klopp's going. It's his last weekend, and then Slot coming in. But we're going to talk more about Slot as the summer goes on. He'll probably do his press conference. We'll go live for his press conference as well. But guys, I'll be live again on Sunday for the final game of the season for Klopp's last game. So make sure you join me on Sunday. Okay, mate, you got anything coming up on your show, man?
No, I haven't at the moment. But I'll be on other people's. But yeah, just keep the faith, man. Keep the faith.
Yeah, let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. Big up to everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. Have a great weekend. I'll see you on Sunday. Big up to everyone.